New Zealand. Let's go.
The undisputed.
Coming up, breaking news with Dan Hooker.
November 22nd, it's all going down. Me, Arman Tsarukyan, I'm gonna cave his head in.
Light heavyweight champion Magomed Ankalev has a bold warning for Carlos Ulberg.
He's one guy who hasn't slept yet, and I would love to put him to sleep.
And Boatan returns. Now the former champ wants his bout back when he faces Ankalaev at UFC 320. Kia rite mai.
The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the world is ready! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Make some noise if you are!
Huge right hand.
Gotta watch these elbows.
Hands connecting, and he's out. Welcome to the UFC, the Balkan Bear, Brando Pericic.
Wild one, Montague!
Tsarukyan pick you up, slam you down.
30 seconds left. Does she stay perfect with rear naked choke?
She is still undefeated, Michelle Montague!
You deserve it. Yeah.
Cam Rouston has been in Auckland, New Zealand with the team at City Kickboxing for the last 7 years.
Effectively, when he sees Prochazka.
And now eating more punishments. And that'll do it. Cam Rouston in the debut. What a 6-week stretch from the Contender Series to a contract to a winner in the UFC.
Where he wants to fight, or be the one pressing Velasquez up against him. Good combo.
Sterling turning up the pressure, goes body head. Combination up top again.
He's opening up here.
Pocket work, well, Nav's hurt him, a couple of elbows there. Squared up against the fence, Nav's in the clinch now.
I'm like, I want to watch too, like, what are you watching?
Oh, jump in, we need a colour commentator.
Against the fence and stalled it out. Gets a nice takedown here.
He's in that leg to the ground like he did.
Navajo Sterling!
He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, you know, I'm just a blue belt, so I'm fighting, I'm the one throwing down and bringing it, I'm not like grabbing and holding and waiting.
It is out! No. Wow, that was crazy. These two originally linked for a fight in January of 2024.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for is now! From RAC Arena here in Perth.
If you want to talk to it now, God bless.
Carlos Ulberg riding an 8-fight win streak. Dominic Reyes looking to make it 4 in a row. Olberg in black, Reyes in white. Nasty! 1-2 combination. Black jag in round 1. Title shot next for Carlos Ulberg. Never been more impressive than that.
Kia ora e te iwi and welcome to UFC on Sky. Ko Ravinda Hunia tōku ingoa. I have 2 guests on the couch with me today.
Well, 1.5.
1.5. Mr. Dan Hooker and little Miss Zoe Hooker. Hello, Zoe.
Hello. As all dads know, school holidays is on.
What are you gonna do?
So we got you bring your daughter to work day today, guys. If I had to teach her her first lesson of showing up to work is think of a good excuse for being late, what do we come up with?
Too much traffic.
Traffic.
Too much traffic.
I thought for her first lesson on with the 101 excuses. We'll start low traffic.
And it was total honesty too. So teach you well.
All right, everyone, it's time to shut up and stop asking me when I'm going to be fighting again next. November 22nd, it's all going down. Me, Arman Tsarukyan, I'm going to cave his head in. It's over for him. Watch it live.
Yeah.
Well, Whānau, we've come back for another day at work on the couch, and Zoe is back as well because Dad has some pretty cool news. Dan, we saw an announcement today by the big man himself, Dana White, announcing that you will be facing Arman Tsarukyan, and as you always say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and ask and you shall receive.
Like, this has been in the pipelines for a while. That's why when Charlie Oliver didn't have an opponent, everyone was wondering why I didn't put my hands up. It's because I already had a fight. I already had a dance partner, and it's a fight that I like better. I think Arman's, he's obviously coming off a win over Charles. He's ranked higher, and to be honest, I just think he's a tougher fighter. I think he's the best guy in the division, and with that, I feel like you get your hand raised there. It leaves no shadow of a doubt that you're going to be the next fighter in line for the title. So that's why I prioritised that fight. I wanted that fight. And there's only 5% tax in Qatar. So we get to the real nitty-gritty of it, and that I fight for money, so it's give me the most money.
More toys for Zoe, that's what
More
that means.
toys. Yep. Don't get her started. She's got me on about one of these Nintendo Switches.
Ooh. I want Mario Kart.
All right, moving on.
Absolutely, it's exciting, all right. I'm watching the reactions on social media, everyone's up. City Kickboxing crew, I saw Kai Kara France put up a comment saying this fight's going to be a 1 minute scrap, hopefully. I thought that was pretty clever, Kai. But you've been on the sidelines for a little while now because of your hand. Give us the update on that injury and how you're going on that front.
Yeah, I got it signed off yesterday, so that might have had something to do with.
I see. Green light.
With the green light on this fight.
And this card in Qatar, UFC hasn't been to Qatar before. Have you been there? What's the go over there? How exciting that will be.
Stop through it. I think it's the longest direct flight in the world. I think it's a 17-hour direct flight, which you can go to. So it is only one flight, but it is a very long way. But travel's something that we're used to in this game. I'm excited to get over there. I'm excited to put on to the fans. They're saying that this will be close to he'll have a lot of supporters there, but I'm sure I can win him over pretty quick.
Been talking about Arman Tsarukyan and how much you have wanted this guy, and I mean, it almost feels like a bit of bad blood about it. But how do you feel about him? I know you said that he's a good fight to have. He's in a position that you'd like to take. Yeah,
he's ranked in front of me. It's definitely a fighter that I want. And it must have been funny. My manager grabbed me after the UFC. Sean Shelby's standing there, and he's like, "Dan, come speak to Sean." And I was like thinking, what am I gonna say? Like, there ain't nothing I can say. Sean's my boss, and so they dragged me over to Sean Shelby to speak to Sean Shelby, and my manager Ashley just goes like this at me, and I just go, "Let me cave Arman's face." And I was like, let me cave Arman's head in. I said, I hate the guy. I said, I'm sure you hate the guy too. I said, you throw me in there. Let's get this done. And I'll get rid of this bloke for you, just like I got rid of Gamrot. That seemed to have worked. It seemed to seal the deal with the bosses. And yeah, I guess I don't even know how it started, but it's just been chiming back and forth for years, but it's obviously grown into something. So I'm obviously not gonna back down now. I hate him. Nah. It always makes the fight a little bit more interesting when there's a bit of malice and a bit more ill intent coming into it. It'll make for an exciting build-up to the fight. Not necessarily the back and forth, because the guy's an absolute dork and he can't string a sentence together. But besides that, I think when you get in each other's face, like his game, he is there for it. He's not too quick-witted. It doesn't have a very quick tongue, so that's not going to be the most fun, just bullying some poor kid for the next couple of months.
You continuing.
But once we get in each other's face there on fight week and we get to the press conference and the face-offs and stuff like that, that's going to be the fun of it. And then the fight is an interesting puzzle as well. He's a very good fighter when it comes down to it. And I feel like it is one of those fights where everyone's going to count me out. It is like the Gamrot fight where people are going to say stylistically, they're going to count you out. It's not a good fight for you. You know, they just want to see me and Gagey throw punches at each other's domes, and they think that's a good fight. Yeah. It's like, but yeah, besides the trash talking and arm swinging, I am a martial artist on the inside, and I do know the intricacies of the game, and it is an exciting test for me.
Well, look, Dan, in the big screen today, we have a picture of Carlos. Arms are up, muscle man mode, because he got a spectacular win in Perth over the weekend. Of course, we were both there, watching him in action, and I just wanted your first, instant reactions as to how you thought that fight went. It was
pretty much a shutout. Carlos came in and his distance was actually laser point. He had his distance down perfect, and you could see like Reyes just wanted to hit something, and once he wasn't able to touch anything on once he wasn't able to hit anything on Carlos, you could see he actually started to panic. A lot of people were saying, Dom didn't perform. It was, to me, more came down to how well Carlos performed. His eyes were so sharp when he got out there. You could see Dom tried to just throw a couple of just big kicks, 100% commitment, and some of those you throw it just like finder shots. Like he just wanted to hit something. He just wanted to throw a kick and touch Carlos's arm, or throw a kick and like let Carlos block it, just so he could know or kind of narrow it down to where Carlos was. But he threw those 100% committing, expecting to touch something, and he just hit air like Carlos. And those shots didn't miss by much, but they just swung out of the way and they missed. And after that, you could see Dom just started to doubt himself, and that doubt started to set in. He's going, I can't find this guy. Now I can't even touch this guy. The questions start playing in the back of your mind. You're like, now I can't even touch the guy. How am I supposed to win this fight? So you could see doubt started to creep into his brain, and he just got the better of himself. He lunged when he was out of position, when the shots weren't even there. And Carlos, no one's better in the world in this division at countering. His power is absolutely flawless at this weight class. Domed him with the hook, caught him on the side of the head with the two, and just put him to sleep.
Yeah, and he showed absolute composure as well, I thought, because it would be easy, I suppose, if you see a fighter, how you say, panicking a little bit or doubting himself, and it was quite blatantly obvious in front of him, but he kept that composure, stuck to the plan, and just executed it beautifully.
Yeah, flawless.
Before we get into, we have reactions on the light heavyweight division to Carlos's win, but before we get into that, obviously you have other teammates that were on this card, all got victories this weekend. This must be an amazing moment for the gym, getting a clean sweep like that and seeing this new crop of fighters coming through. Yeah,
they don't usually go like that all nights in the office. When you got 4 high-level fights on the event, you expect one of them to get the better, but all 4 of them stepped in, all 4 of them got the clean sweep, and all 4 with incredible victories. Stop mucking about, mate. You're going to get Dad in trouble at work. The 2 first-round finishes, Cam and Brando, getting the guy out of there, they were incredible to be a part of. And then I felt like the fight was... it's funny when the standard gets set so high, then everyone's like, Navajo, this and that. But I thought it was a great fight.
It was a great fight.
I thought it was a great fight for Navajo. He's got composure beyond his years, composure beyond his experience for the level that he is at. He didn't expect, he did try to get the guy out of there, and his opponent was tough and hung tight and weathered the storm. And then Navajo still showed that composure. It wasn't like a younger fighter when he tries to blow the other guy out of the water. He's the superior athlete. He injures him, he hurts him, the guy's tired, and then quits. This guy's stuck in there. He was an experienced veteran fighter, but Navajo was able to meet that too. And not only meet that and stay stuck at one thing like striking or doing the same thing, he then still stayed composed and mixed in his wrestling and mixed in his takedowns and showed all the facets of his mixed martial arts game. So I thought that was an incredibly solid performance from Navajo.
And he was actually quite critical of that performance post-fight, saying, I wanted to get him out. I wanted to finish it early, especially, after what his teammates had just done. But he said he was really happy with the fact that he was facing a black belt jiu-jitsu guy, and he was still able to be dominant with his blue belt.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so congratulations to the whole team at City Kickboxing. It was an interesting comment that Mike Angove made to me after the fights, talking about how it's quite historic for the gym and how this is perhaps a moment of, you know, passing the torch. There's pics of you, Kai and Israel at the fights, and obviously you guys are nowhere near done in your guys' careers, but Mike said, you know, this is a real ode to the new wave, you know, of fighters coming through, and we've touched on this a little bit before, but I wanted to know your thoughts because, you know, 2 debutantes, Navajo 3-0 now. Your thoughts on this new wave coming through and dominating their divisions at the moment?
Yeah, incredible, you know, and I feel like that's just the next, just the next in line. I feel like the system that's built there at City Kickboxing has known that this generation would always come to an end because we've seen it repeat itself in the past, you know, no great wave of fighters, you know, lasts forever. So to see them continuously grow, and I feel like even this is just the next crop. I feel like there's another crop. The system that's in place at City Kickboxing is to ensure success and long-term success for generations and generations to come. So I'm 100% confident that, you know, when we all hang up the gloves, me, Kai, Israel, the older guys at the gym, it's in safe hands.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Isn't it, Zoe?
But I'm a long way from done, boys. She'll be a teenager, still at daddy's fights. You're going to have to drag me out of there. Yeah. Hey, is daddy good at anything else but fights?
What else is daddy?
Yeah, but that's kind of part of fights.
Oh, look, this is all she knows, thanks to you.
Wrestling.
Well, you're going to playing with me.
Oh. That's lovely. Very true. Very true, Zoe. We'll swing. Yeah, definitely. Swinging back to Carlos Ulberg, Dan, we caught up with all the light heavyweights in action at UFC 320 this weekend. Here is what they had to say in reaction to Carlos Ulberg's KO win over Dominic Reyes.
He showed a really nice performance, and but that was not just the night of the Dominic Reyes, because he just came clearly for 1-2, 2 punches, without attack, without defense, and he just catched all the power from Carlos. So that was his beautiful action. And that was not the night of the Dominic. So that's all what I can say for that.
Very impressive win. Yeah, very, very impressive win. I'm sure all of the Australian and New Zealand, you know, fans are very happy to have a guy like Olberg flying the flag for you guys. He came in, made a statement that he's here. You know, he's making statements within the division, and I like it. It's good.
I didn't really watch the whole fight. I watched some highlights. There's obviously the time difference involved in that too, but it was interesting. But, you know, honestly, I'm wholly focused on this fight. And then after this fight, we can look at the new challenges ahead.
Yes, I saw the fight, and I know he's going to be here. Listen, he's a fresh blood, you know, in the division. Everybody else in my division already, they slept during their fights. He's one guy who hasn't slept yet, and I would love to put him to sleep.
So there you have it. The light heavyweights have weighed in before they take to the cage this weekend. Dan, I trust you might want to have something to say about some of those comments. I thought pretty natural, I suppose, but I thought as well, not wanting to address Carlos Ulberg may be a good thing for Carlos.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, obviously Jiri and Khalil Rountree are pretty respectful, you know. Well, it's funny. It's funny. You know, Khalil's like super respectful, but that's like the only guy that I feel like with the win is not going to fight for the title.
Yeah.
regardless of the result. So he kind of just stayed out of it, kept neutral, positive, and was a bit Switzerland on the topic. Jiri, who might have a chance, who Carlos might be getting in his way. So you don't obviously want to come out, say that this guy is the next guy, he's the next guy in line. Wow, what an incredible performance. And tip your hat to the guy that potentially is going to be standing in your way of your next title shot. Alex, I thought, played it pretty cool because
he usually does.
Maybe he doesn't want to fight Carlos next. Maybe he would prefer to fight Jiri again. You know what I mean? So he's thinking in his head. It's all what people say, and then what people you have to.
What they don't say is louder.
Yeah, what they don't say is louder. Because I know the game. It's like if you don't want to fight someone and they call you out, you just ignore them. Like that's really what you do. And so what did Alex Pereira do? He was brought up. I didn't watch the fight. The amount of times I say I didn't watch the fight, I don't care. I don't know who that guy is. Like that that is because you're like, I don't care to fight them or I don't want to fight that guy. That's probably because Alex wants to fight Jiri next. Ankalaev, that told me then and there that if he gets his hand raised against Alex Pereira this weekend, he wants to fight Carlos Ulberg next. That told me then and there. Those Kazakhstani guys are incredibly diplomatic. They play the game better than none. They play ignorance when they want to play ignorance. But him then and there, he acknowledged Carlos Ulberg as the rightful next contender. And then he already started promoting the next fight, which he started promoting it by saying he's going to put him to sleep, which is a big call from a Kazakhstani fighter who are all in all, very respectful overall with their trash talk. So for them to say, that's about as wild as they get. It's about as wild as these Dagestani fighters get. So yeah, exciting times, which I feel like it'll be a close fight. But I'm still, because it hasn't been that long, I lean towards Ankalaev being able to show more. So it's good signs all in all for Carlos Ulberg being able to have the next title shot. For a while, I know Carlos would, just for the plot, would rather fight Alex. You know, the storied history with Israel Adesanya and Alex and Carlos being a part of that whole thing. He would love to just step in and win the belt from Alex Pereira for the plot. Yeah. But title shots in sights for Carlos.
Yeah. And of course, Carlos Ulberg will be heading over to UFC 320. We'll be sitting in the crowd to watch both these fights up close and personal. Dan, do you think this maybe puts a fire in the belly of Magomed and Alex when the next potential opponent is sitting right there?
It'll be sitting in the back of their mind, but it's that moment's really up to Carlos to make the most of it. You've obviously seen in the past the squeaky wheel gets the oil in this game, and the guys that do stand up and they do call for their shot and they do press to get in the ring, those are the guys that do usually end up with their next title. So Carlos will be there live and in the flesh, cage side, front row, and he will have a call out ready, I'm sure of it.
Absolutely exciting times ahead. And we caught up with both Magomed Ankalev and Alex Pereira to see how their preparations have been going ahead of their second battle, this time at UFC 320. Hello, Magomed. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Look, exciting times ahead, UFC 320. You get to defend your belt and against a familiar foe in Alex Pereira. Talk about preparing against an opponent you've just faced.
Чувствую себя хорошо. Мы нестерпимо ждем этого боя.
I'm waiting for this fight very much. And the only thing left is to make this weight. And then Saturday night is fight night. Excited.
Was there any doubt that you wanted to have your first title defense as a rematch for Alex?
Нет, я даже не думал об этом, что у меня будет следующий Алекс или кто-то.
Honestly, I didn't know that my first title defense is going to be Alex Pereira. I always said that when I become a champion, I truly don't care who my opponent will be. I will fight anyone, whoever they put in front of me, I'm going to keep knocking them out.
Are you expecting something different from Alex this time around? Were you surprised at what he brought in the first fight? Because you beat him very convincingly.
Конечно, он поменяет свою игру.
Of course, this is high level. We're doing this at the highest level. So, of course, I'm expecting him to change his game this time. Obviously, I will change my game as well. And yeah, we're gonna see who's better.
On a side note, how has it been being the champion? I know you have fought in the UFC for a little while, you win the bout and you reach that goal. How has life been holding the bout?
Конечно, это приятные ощущения, когда ты чемпион и возможностей
Obviously,
много,
being a champion
поэтому
is the best thing that could ever
чемпионом это
happen to
хорошо.
me. I've dreamt to be here for a long time, and I'm here now. And when you're a champion, you get a lot of opportunities, and you're on top of the world. I'm loving it, and I'm gonna stay a champion.
Look, Magomed, I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for talking with us here in New Zealand, and we'll be watching at UFC 320. All the very best.
Все, спасибо всем.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all my fans.
Alex, welcome to the show.
Obrigado.
Look, Alex, this will be your third rematch in the UFC. I just wanted to ask you, are preparations any different when you're facing the same opponent again rather than a fresh opponent?
Alguns detalhes a gente tem que mudar, né? Tem que vir diferente. Mas o problema aí não é nem questão das mudanças,
Yeah, there's a little bit of changes that we make, tactical and technical. But, you know, I've learned a lot in the years fighting, so not much changes overall.
Talk to us about Magomed Ankalev. Obviously, the last time around wasn't the result that you wanted, but how much have you learned from him from that time you spent with him last time to use to your advantage, perhaps, this weekend?
Não, sempre a gente aprende algo. Lógico que tem alguns detalhes técnicos.
Yeah, we always learn in fights, and obviously there's things that we'll take away from that fight, but I think it mainly boils down to, for me, it was just a bad moment in that fight. I wasn't able to put my game plan into action. It was a bad moment, but we always learn a little bit that we can fix.
Does that make you more hungry to succeed, getting new learnings? Because you've been fighting at the top of this division for so long, so this is something new that's happened to you.
Não, com certeza, né? Tô feliz.
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to show again not only what I learned from this last fight and this last training camp, but know everything that I've improved all over this long journey.
Has it helped perhaps with your love for the sport, love for being in the UFC, having a different challenge ahead of you?
Eu acho que sempre é um desafio, né? Não importa se seja uma revanche, né? Eu acho que isso que a gente vem fazendo, né? Todos os atletas, a gente tá ali em cima, né? Dentro do octógono.
Yeah, it's always a challenge for anyone fighting in the octagon to get in there and fight against an opponent. But, you know, regardless if it's a rematch or not, it's always a new challenge.
Absolutely. Final question before you go, Alex. The light heavyweight division, very, very busy. I already mentioned Carlos Ulberg, Dominic Reyes, but there's Jiri up against Khalil and yourself and Magomed. Just your thoughts on the light heavyweight division and how competitive it is right now.
Como falei, eu sei que algumas
pessoas vão lutar.
Eu, pra ser sincero, nem sei
I know there's a lot of guys fighting, a lot of fights coming up, but I honestly don't know who's fighting on this card, so I'm kind of focused on my
quem lutou, mesmo sendo no mesmo evento, eu tô meio por fora.
And fair enough, as you should be. And all the very best for this weekend, Alex. Good luck in your title fight against Magomed Ankalev.
Thank you.
Joining us now on UFC on Sky, Merab Dvalishvili, the bantamweight champion, the machine. Kia ora and hello, Merab.
Hello, how are you?
Look, let's get into it. Obviously, you're based in Las Vegas, which is, you know, nice and convenient for you in terms of a big fight like this. But preparing to defend your title once again, have you changed anything up this time, or is it status quo and we can see the machine in action like we have these last few title defenses?
Yes, I did change. I am even more hungry, more sharper, more dangerous, more experienced. And I'm looking to finish my opponent. That's what it changed.
Nice. Well, look, the last time we spoke to you was before the Sean O'Malley fight, and you were already saying then that the Corey Sandhagen fight is the one that you wanted. So what is it about Corey that, you know, you wanted to fight him so much?
Yeah, Corey was always fighting the best opponents, the best contenders, you know. Even the fight he was not supposed to fight, it's like a go backward, like a, you know, fight down the ranking. He was still taking this fight because he wants to stay busy, and I respect the guys like that, and who has a lot of experience, who's a hard worker, and who is just company guys and fighting the best of the best. And now Corey Sandhagen is the most deserving opponent for me next one.
He has a very exciting fight style too that will make for a very exciting fight this weekend, won't it?
Yes, people love his fight. We know that he can finish people, like he finished Frankie Marlon Moraes. He even finished Bautista, which has like 8-5 win streak. It's very impressive from him. He dominated Chito Vera and guys like that. He's really good.
Yeah, I've been asking a few fighters about how they think this fight will go, and a lot of them are saying that you're just too much of a dominant champion right now, that you're absolutely peaking in terms of your fight style, technique, and obviously the fitness. It's always coming up about your fitness. So do you agree with that you're your absolute best right now?
Yeah, on paper, that's how it looks like. Yeah, I think also same thing. I think I'm better than him, but it's a MMA fight. Not always best fighter wins the fight. That's why it's interesting. That's why even me, I don't know. It's a fight. I'm ready for everything. And it's gonna be lots of exchange and lots of submission attacks, and we'll see. Best guy will wins. And of course, I believe myself. I put a lot of hard work in, but it only takes one punch, and nobody should be surprised with nothing, because it's a fight. And I don't know. I mean, if people know, it's good.
They believe in you. Like I said, being a dominant champion so far, can you talk to us about this reign that you've had as the champion so far? Because you're winning these fights in very, like I say, dominant fashion.
Be realistic and because when I say be realistic, Corey Sandhagen is dangerous opponent. I don't think I'm like way better than him or something. I have to fight for every position. I have to looking for either knock him out or submission or outstrike him, dominate. That's what my job is. People of course always have an opinion, but as a professional, me, I have to be smart and realistic. Sorry, what was your other question?
The next question was your reign as the champion so far, how you found it, and perhaps how these defending the titles are making you a better fighter with every fight.
Yeah, definitely defending my belts and having more fights in UFC, of course, gives me more confidence, more experience, but I'm still the same guy. I'm still hungry. I'm still motivated. I'm even training even more super hard. And now, I try to hang out with my friends and not traveling much and just do what it takes to be best fighter in the world. Just training hard like an animal, and that's what I'm doing.
I saw on, I'm not sure whose social media it was, that you were talking to Corey about how you were impressed with his social media game. So you're keeping an eye on him. You're keeping an eye on him in preparation as well.
Yeah, that was actually after my fight. I did give him compliments, and I said I like his jokes and his skits, with those skits. But after I think I don't like his jokes anymore. I think he's cringy now. I don't know. I changed my opinion a little bit. So,
maybe you need to give him some tips.
It's okay. I mean, like right now, like it's a couple of days left until between our fights, and yeah, either you have or no, So either I like more positive jokes, and like he likes cringy jokes. So he can keep it.
There's level to this social media.
Yes.
Finally, before I let you go, Merab, we were watching Aljamain Sterling, one of your good friends, obviously get that win over Brian Ortega in Shanghai earlier on. I just wanted your thoughts on how he's going, and obviously you two have a great relationship in helping prepare each other for these big fights.
Yes, I'm happy for Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, I was his corner in China when he beat Brian Ortega, and he feels good. He had injury after the fight because we all know he landed spinning back elbow and his like muscle was like not good. But I'm so happy for him because he's getting married a day after my fight, and this is also very cool. Yeah, it's very cool moment, you know. And now it makes me think that I have to find a good woman, like wife material woman. we can have
maybe we'll go to the wedding and you'll find one there.
Wedding in Vegas. Wedding is in Vegas. So. No, in wedding will be all friends and families. No, I'm not. You know, it's like maybe I have to go somebody's wedding.
It's making you think about your future now, future relationship.
yeah. I have to because so now soon, God willing, Aljo will have a kids and I want to have a kids too to raise them together.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. But it just goes to show that special relationship that you have with Aljamain. It's more than just training partners. You're basically family.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Nice one. Well, Merab, all the very best for this weekend. Can't wait to see you back in action again against Corey Sandhagen in Las Vegas. All the very best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I really enjoyed the interview with you. And thank you for all the Australian fans. You guys are best. Australia is one of my favorite country to visit. I was only 2 times there, and the energy and now I get there, it was amazing, another level. And I said the other day, if I ever have to move somewhere or live somewhere, next country is Australia. So God bless Australia.
Your future wife might be waiting there when you get there.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, yeah, it has to be somewhere. Yeah, love me.
Thank you so much, Merab. Always a great chat with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, bye. Thank you.
Joining us now, UFC light heavyweight Jiri Prochazka. Jiri, welcome back to the show.
Hello. Great.
Look, you're over there in Las Vegas right now, getting ready for UFC 320. Talk to us about how you've settled in over there before your big fight.
Right now, everything is settled. Preparation was great, and I'm happy that the fight week is already here, and I can show this Saturday right now what I've worked on. So I'm happy why I'm here.
And it looks like that you've been working on quite a bit, both as a fighter and in your life as well. I've been watching the Life of a Warrior on YouTube. So talk to us about that, graduating and all these cool videos behind the scenes of Jiri Prochazka.
Yeah, it's there is a lot of things since my last fight in January with Jamal Hill. So the most important thing that's why I canceled the title fight in the June with Ankalaev. That's what I wanted to finish my university, magister degree, and I finished that. So that's why I'm happy that I finished this side quest. And right now, for me, there is a Khalil, and this is next one.
How important has it been for you to find that balance with life and fighting?
For me, it's not so like big difference because in the life I have same attitude for the life challenges and all these things as a fighting. So for me is on the same level, but sometimes there is another rules, you know, like the swimming under the ice. There is totally another conditions like to studying finishing the magister degree and then go to the fight. So this is something what you have to really know professionally, the rules of the game and what you're doing and how to do that and how to be successful, because you you don't want to be not successful in the dangerous conditions.
And how much do you feel this has helped you improve as a fighter? I mean, this is obviously a lot of mental strength, a lot of mental knowledge. Does it give you more confidence in your life as a fighter as well?
Sure, this is all about why especially I'm doing that, because all these small steps, small like side quest challenges give you the self-confidence in your calm that you can handle whatever you want in your life.
Was that a tough decision for you to not have that title fight against Magomed Ankalev? Was that tough for you, or were you like already made your decision?
I wanted that a lot, but in that time there was on the table to finish the university on the first step, on the first position. So that was my target.
And how long after you said you weren't going to take that fight did this opportunity come for you, for Khalil?
Right after. Then they offered me Olberg. Then they offered me Khalil Rountree. Yeah.
And why was Khalil Rountree the right fit for you?
Because I just took the guy what they offered me. And I said myself, right now I'm ready for the next fight, for the next challenge, and Khalil was on the table, so I said, okay, if this is the right guy, I want to go through him.
And what have you made of what he's been able to do? He fought Alex for the title, didn't win, but was still a great fight, and he also defeated Jamal Hill as well.
He's a great fighter. And something what I appreciate on him, he's really, really respectful, normal guy, and no trash talking. So I believe it can be a really beautiful fight, because I really don't like the guys who's trying to attack with some words, or trying to catch to be self-confident with trying to be aggressive or whatever. So this is not for me, it's not the game like for childs. I believe it's a true contest of the man, and we have to act like a man and fight like as a man. And Khalil's style, so his style, he's aggressive, dominant, and durable. He's a tough guy, tough fighter, and I don't want to say my strategy, but also I see the keys to take a win.
Nice. And do you feel that a great win here is, title shot for you next?
I believe in that.
Yeah, well, I feel all the roads lead. Well, there's so many fighters in the light heavyweight division fighting right now, but a big explosive fight here would definitely line you up. And looking at Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalev, you've faced Alex twice before, obviously. Who do you think gets that fight, or how do you think the fight will go?
Right now, when I saw I saw Alex many times on the training, yeah, and I see like he's much more prepared than the last time, and I believe that he will take a win. Or for me, every time I believe in a great fight, they will show the great fight, and for me, right now, it doesn't matter who will win. Magomed Ankaleev, he just many times pissed me off on the Twitter. He just wrote some bullshit on Twitter, so there is a taste of to fight with him, but and the second thing is the challenge of the third challenge of Alex Pereira. So for me right now, it doesn't matter who will be the winner, but I want Right now, I'm focused, fully focused for Khalil Rountree, and I don't want to speak about the next fight because I want to be focused what's right now, right here, right now. But about the champion, about the belt, I don't care who will win.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting fight. I think the Jiri Prochazka Khalil Rountree is going to be a very exciting fight too. Can't wait to see you in action on Sunday. We'll be watching from here in New Zealand. All the best of luck.
Thank you. You too. Have a good night and see you.
Joining us now, UFC light heavyweight Khalil Rountree. Khalil, welcome back to UFC on Sky.
Good to be here. Thank you for interviewing me.
No worries at all. Look, big week ahead at UFC 320. You've just mentioned that you're at the gym. Excuse any noise that might come through as you're still at the gym. Talk to us. What are you up to?
Right now, it seems to be, I know it's past 7. Just getting some training in, getting my body used to, being awake and moving around at this time, since this is around the time we'll be fighting.
You've been having some success at the top of the light heavyweight division so far. That fight against Alex Pereira when you shot up for a title shot, didn't get the win, but was, such a great performance. And from there, Jamal Hill and now Jiri. Just wanted your thoughts on, these big fights at the top of the division compared to, what you were facing before that.
Yeah, I think that it's just it just shows me that I'm close to, like, I've been on this journey, and now I'm close to the top, and I'm fighting these big guys now. So it's reassurance, and it feels good.
And your thoughts on Jiri Prochazka? He's always an exciting fighter to watch, and he's had, somewhat of an evolving time in his career as well of late. So, what are you expecting to face when you get in there on Sunday?
I think that I just expect to face him. I mean, we've seen his fights. We know what he's capable of. So I'm not really anticipating too many surprises. I know what's ahead of me, and I'm prepared. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, you've fought for the title before. He's held the title before. Do you feel that this is a title eliminator? This fight gets you back up there. Is that the goal?
I think that it can be. It really comes down to. I think that it really comes down to my performance on Saturday night, or either of our performances. But I'm more focused on mine, and yeah, I think it comes down to the performance. And if all goes the way that it's planned, then I think I'll be scratching right there at another title fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, obviously for fighters at the top of these divisions, that is the goal. Is that where you want to be? Do you want to reposition yourself up there?
Yeah, 100%. That's my main goal. I didn't, come this far to just come this far, as we hear all the time. I really do. I do see it very possible, especially after the Alex fight and being right there and it not going my way. Now I see that it's possible, and I'm still pretty close. So that's where my sights are right now.
What have you learned from these fighters that you faced in terms of Alex and Jamal, and what you're going through now preparing for Jiri? How have you grown, not only, technically, but probably mentally as well?
I could spend 2 hours talking about everything that has changed for me since both of those fights. There are a lot of different things that have helped me grow and evolve from those 2 fights. But I'd say the number one thing is just the experience. Experience is everything. So being able to go in there 4 rounds with Alex, 5 rounds with Jamal, that's just putting more time on the clock for me as far as just experience in the cage. And you can't buy that, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think just it's given me more experience.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot going on in the light heavyweight division. Everyone's up and about at the moment. Do you look too much at the light heavyweight math? I feel like you just really zone in on what's in front of you. But are you, do you still keep an awareness of what's happening around you?
Always keep an awareness of what's happening around me. A healthy awareness. No, I'm not attached. I try not to attach myself to what's happening in the light heavyweight division. I can only do in my control. And really, for me, that's just focus and train.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on Carlos Ulberg. Does it give you a little bit of motivation, a little bit? I know you've already got fire in the belly, obviously, but does to go, oh yeah, we need to have a convincing result here to kind of better what he did, or, you know, be a bit more convincing to get that title shot next?
I could say this. I could let it, you know, I could let it give me motivation and all that, but I really do my best to just detach from everyone else's results and everyone else's mission and path, because we're all on journeys of our own, right? But yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's good for the division, is what I see. You know, it's great for the fans. It's great for the fans. It's great for the division, and we're the guys that are signed up to you know, to go in there and compete with each other. So we have to deal with it when it comes. But overall, all I can say is that, like, impressive performance, and I'm sure the Aussies and the New Zealanders are, you know, happy to have a strong contender.
Yeah, appreciate that. Look, obviously at the top of the ticket, Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalev rematch. I just wanted your thoughts on who you think might get that, or how you think that fight might go.
I cannot figure it out. I really can't. I've tried. I've thought about it. I've written it down. I've analyzed, and I can't call it. So I'm going to be just as shocked as everybody else that night.
And finally, before we let you go, Khalil, what can fans expect to see when you take to the octagon, knowing that, you know, this is the goal, the trajectory that you're going in right now to hopefully be a next title contender?
Fans can expect what they always see from me. I always try to go out there and give the fans my heart, give the fans my skill, and show them everything that I've been working on and progressing in. So I think that the fans can expect a good old-fashioned classic Khalil Rountree fight, which seems to be, you know, entertaining for people who like to watch me.
I love that. And that is to be expected. I feel with the fighters that I interview, you are one of those ones, hard on the sleeve. I am who I am. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Khalil. We'll let you get back to it. Can't wait to see you in action this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, whānau, well, that is us for another week. Don't forget, this weekend, UFC 320, Ankalaev versus Pereira 2, and of course, in the co-main event, Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen for the bantamweight title is on the mix as well. Korua, you too. Thank you so much for joining. Zoe, lovely to have you with us today. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
About time you started pulling your weight in this household, the amount you spend on toys.
The power is just extraordinary.
But he hasn't seen anything like this.
Oh! Arguably his most feared challenger, Magomed Ankalev.
Oh!
Nice right hand by Pereira.
Another one.
Oh, he hurt him.
Massive left for Ankaleev.
Oh my goodness, what a fight.
Ankaleev on top of the MMA world.
That man wants revenge.
Really wants to remind everyone who he is.
Magomed Ankaleev! So dangerous, so dominant.
An absolute savage.
This guy's unstoppable.
Merab Dvalishvili, he's a machine.
He just melts guys.
Corey Sandhagen.
He's fought high-level guys, and he shut their lights out.
2 world championship